Hello and good day. Right now I'm working on a landscape design and wanted to show some of the early steps that I use in my creative process. I'm going to start off with sandbox tools here and just lay out a grid 200 feet length, 200-foot width with 10-foot spacing. I believe that's what the default is. And I'm going to use this to model my topography. And I'm fortunate enough to have the architectural design plans of the building that I am landscaping sent to me by the contractor and the designer. So this is the building at hand, and it's got all the design and integrity features to it. And what I'm really after are some of these dimensions. This building is serving as a kind of sports building. It's got a half basketball court in it, a multifunctional type space. And so here's the sheet that I'm looking for, and this is listing the topography. This dotted line coming in from the right side and sloping down to the left is what I am looking for here. And I've got numbers and dimensions in red that can get me close enough to what I need for good enough reference for what I am working with. And so this right hand side is the back of the building and the left is the approach or the entry. And I've got about 10 feet of gain overall from front to back on this building. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use these sandbox tools to get me where I need. And I'm going to raise up this back end a bit to just get that slope that I'm looking for. Whoops. And I found it quite annoying when using this tool here to raise and lower the topography is that if something does get selected, like if I do select a random line there and I don't notice it and I go to use my tool to raise the topography, it stays stuck there. And even if I'm clicking here on the right, I will remain tethered to that point, which is more than annoying, but the way to get around it is to just come and deselect it. And then when you come back to this topography push-pull tool, you can click where you want to move and do the function that you're after. Whoops. Okay, fair enough. And so next I'm going to import this rendering that I've already made of the building. And again, I was able to make that from the design plans that I had sent over to me from the contractor that built the building. Let me give that an about face. Keeping that on the red axis always helps to keep everything true and square. And I'm going to push that back into the hill a bit more. Okay, and so what I can do next from here to get this properly placed into the topography and is use the stamp tool from the sandbox collection as well. And so with my building selected, I can hit my stamp tool and that will give me proper foundation to drop this building into. Boom, I like that. And then from there I can just select my structure again and drop that right down into place. Again, very important to keep things on the axis. I do really hate when you run into struggles like this, but sometimes it helps to just move around and approach it from a different angle. But keeping that right on the blue axis, gonna put that right into place. And that gives me a great blank canvas to work off of, to start the landscape design, to really see how things are going to pan out in actual dimensions and parameters. And that's really where it begins. It took me an hour or so to create this building from scratch, going off of the plans that the architect sent over to me, and it's well worth the time to put that together so you know accurate distances, measurements, and so if you are capable to come across plans like this, it helps a ton. But other than that, it would, if I did not have these plans, I would be out in the field taking measurements of what is the width of this building, what's the length of this building, the height, as many measurements as I could possibly gather, I would in the field with a 300-foot tape measure, and then come back and build the building to the best of my abilities. So the plans help a ton, and also what helps is to just have a million photos of the site that is going to be worked on. So I took all of these pictures a couple months ago, just after the building was done being constructed. And as you can see, the landscape here is in very poor condition, but I'm going to change that promptly and restore it to a beautiful mountain setting. And so the pictures, they help a ton from all angles of the building. Just take excess more than you think you need, because they will come in clutch in the design process. So anyhow, this is basically where I begin. From here I can run and plug in things to see if they work, try out new designs, and just kind of have fun and let the creative process unfold along the way. Thanks for watching, and hopefully this video left you with something that you can take away. It'll help you begin your designs, and there will definitely be more videos to come as I develop this landscape. So stay tuned and take care.